Yeah, welcome to my next session on general organic chemistry. The previous session I have discussed about the introduction and unique properties of carbon. I have discussed. In the unique properties of carbon, I have discussed about the catenation, discussed about the tendency of formation of multiple bonds by carbon, on isomerism, tetravalency, hybridization, and the electronegativity corresponds to the different kinds of S character of hybridization of carbon. After that, I have discussed about determination of hybridization in organic compounds using the number of pi bonds, using the electron pi method also discussed. And this is a continuation. In this one, I would like to discuss about the nomenclature as well as the types of carbons. Okay, let us start the class. Here, what will happen is nothing but when we have a compound like carbon is there. So in that, how will you find the type of carbons? How will you find the type of carbons? Based on this number of carbons attached, what you will do is nothing but all the four valences of carbon is said to be saturated compound. Okay, for example, if the carbon is there, it's like this we will call it as, this is saturated carbon. And in this particular case, we can call a carbon is primary carbon. So this we can call it as primary carbon. Only one of the valences of carbon is bonded to another carbon. So when we will call this carbon is primary carbon, only one of the valency of the carbon is bonded, which is said to be bonded to another carbon, like see here, there are three bonds are there and the other one is linked with the carbon. So this carbon will become primary carbon. Okay, that is the thing. So rest of the other one may be hydrogens, but this is said to be primary carbon. Coming to the secondary carbon, another one is called as secondary carbon. Here what will happen? There are two valencies of carbon are bonded to two carbon atoms. That means here two valencies of carbon are said to be bonded to two carbon atoms. Suppose you have taken like this carbon and here one carbon is. Such case, you'll call this carbon is secondary carbon. Hope you understand what is primary carbon, what is secondary carbon. Now we will see what about the tertiary carbon. The carbon is nothing but tertiary carbon. In this case, the three valencies of carbon are bonded. For example, if you take carbon like this one carbon, and when you will call this carbon is tertiary carbon, it will be linked to three other carbon atoms. Such cases we will call this circular one is a tertiary carbon. Okay. Now we will see what about the quaternary carbon. So this we will call it as quaternary quaternary carbon. What will happen? This carbon might have four other carbons linked in this one, and this will call it as quaternary carbon atom. Okay, so that means hydrogen atom attached to primary, secondary, and tertiary atoms are termed as primary, secondary, tertiary. So what is primary? Hydrogen atom attached to primary carbon. Secondary, tertiary carbon atoms are termed as primary, secondary, tertiary hydrogen atoms respectively. That means if you say a carbon is a primary carbon, for example, this hydrogen is called as primary carbon. Suppose a carbon is a secondary carbon, the hydrogen attached to that one is secondary hydrogen. If a carbon is said to be tertiary carbon, then that hydrogen is attached to that one is a tertiary hydrogen. That means in tertiary case, what will happen? We'll be having three carbons like this. In secondary case, we will be having two hydrogens and two carbons. In primary case, you'll be having only one carbon and the rest others are hydrogens. Like this. Okay. This is the information about the types of carbons. Now, let us move to the important topic that is called as nomenclature in this general organic chemistry. The topic is nomenclature. Nomenclature. That means we have to give a name to the organic compound. We have to give a name to the organic compound. For example, when you are discussing about nomenclature, first you have to understand what is the meaning of this IUPAC. That means International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. It is a system involves the use of the following terms we have. They are primary, prefix. It is telling about the nomenclature should be like this in this order. Primary prefix, that will be added to secondary prefix, and that will be added to the root word, that will be added to the primary suffix, and that will be added to secondary suffix. You can observe the total name of the organic compound can be explained in terms of this entire system: primary suffix, secondary suffix, root word, primary suffix, secondary suffix. So primary prefix, secondary prefix, root word, primary suffix, secondary suffix. Now we will start learning about each and individual word in this one. Particularly we have what is the root word. We will learn about what is root word in the beginning. What is the meaning of root word? So what is the root word? This root word represents, or this word which is root represents, right? Represents the number of carbon atoms in the parent chain. In the parent chain. So this is the meaning of the root word. As you know that the number of carbons is one only there. We will call that is root word is nothing but myth. If it is 2, we will call that is it. If it is 3, that root word we will call it as prop. And this carbon number is 4. Number of carbons in the chain is 4. Then the root word will become but. But. What is that? This is nothing but but. That is the root word. And if the 5 is there, that we will call it as pent. 6 is there, we will call it hex. Or the carbon number 7 is there, then the root word will be hept. Hept. If it is 8 is there, that is called as oct. If 9 is there, that is non. If it is 10 is there, that is called dec, deca. So it will be continued. If it is 11 is there, it is undi, undeca, dodeca, trideca, like that it will goes on. Okay. So let us observe about the information in this one. And the second important point we are going to discuss about that a description is suffix. So this is one of the important terminology to understand the IUPAC nomenclature of these organic compounds. What is suffix? It indicates the saturation and the presence of main functional group in the organic compound. Suffix indicates what it indicates? It indicates the saturation and the presence of main functional group in the organic compound. So you understand what is suffix? Suffix is the word that indicates the saturation or the presence of main functional group in the organic compound. In this again we have this classification that we will call it as primary and secondary suffix. So primary suffix we will discuss now. What is primary suffix? It is used to indicate the saturation or unsaturation in carbon chain. Indicate saturation, just a minute. Yeah, saturation or unsaturation in the carbon chain. But while writing the name of the organic compound, the prefix is added to the word root. So what we will do is we will add the prefix to the root word. The suffix to the root word. For example, if you say the nature of the carbon chain, suppose it is saturated. Carbon chain is what kind of carbon chain? That is saturated. Then how we will represent this is? How we will represent? Representation is carbon single bonds. And what will be the primary suffix for this one? Primary for suffix for this one will call ane, A-N-E. And coming to the unsaturation, if the compound is carbon chain is unsaturated, then might be double bond is there. Such case we will call primary suffix as E-N-E, in. If it is a triple bond is there, then we will call ine, Y-N-E. Okay. And suppose if these double bonds or more than one is there, two or more are there. Suppose double bond is two or more than are there, and triple bond also more than two or more are there, then suppose double bond is there, diene. Triple bond is double bond, more three triple bonds, that triene. And more than that, four is there, tetra, as prefixed to in. That means we will write that one in the in case. And suppose if it is ine is there, then we will write ine also. So diene, triene, tetraene, like that we will call. That means what is primary suffix? It indicates the saturation or unsaturation in the carbon chain. Let us move to the secondary suffix case. Discuss about secondary suffix. Secondary suffix. So here, what will happen is nothing but this suffix is used to indicate the functional group of the organic compound. What a secondary suffix indicates? It indicates the functional group. The most important thing here, that is secondary suffix, it indicates the functional group of the organic compound, which is added primary suffix by dropping its terminal E. So it is said to be added. When we'll add, this is added. This is added to primary suffix. Primary suffix by dropping its terminal E. So which terminal E will be dropped here? That primary suffix terminal is said to be dropped. For example, N is there, A and E. In that last E we will neglect when we found a secondary suffix. Okay, let us discuss about the next important terminology, that is prefix. What do you mean by prefix? Prefix is nothing but a part of name which appears before the word root. So we have discussed about the suffix earlier. The suffix will come after the word root. But before the word root, what will come, that we will call it as prefix. That means this is the prefix which appears, the name prefix which appears before the word root. Before the word root. Okay. Now we have a doubt, that is the different prefixes are used in different categories of the groups. So prefix is going to be changed depending on the category of the group present in the compound. And now that different we'll call it as primary prefix. The one classification we'll call it as primary prefix. Now it indicates the cyclic nature of the carbon compound. Suppose an example if you take in this, indicating the cyclic nature of carbon compound. Suppose if you take an example, only one ring is there. Only a one carbon ring is there. The primary prefix, how we will write? The primary prefix you will write it as cyclo. You will write it as cyclo. C-Y-C-L-O. You will write cyclo as the primary prefix if the compound is containing a cyclic ring. Suppose you have two rings are there. That means if two rings are there, fused rings, fused at one carbon atom, then the primary prefix, how we will write? Primary prefix you will write is said to be spiro. What is the important name we will use here is spiro. What is the meaning of spiro? When two rings are fused at one carbon, that is called as spiro. Suppose if you see like this here, this is the carbon which is a common example I am telling. So you will be getting several examples. I will discuss in the later sessions which I've already discussed earlier, and again I will discuss in the coming classes. And coming to the next thing, if we have this, if we have the another type, these two rings are fused by more than one carbon. If the two rings which are fused by more than one carbon, such case the primary prefix how we will write is nothing but for 2 we will write bicyclo. If the fused rings are fused by more than one, means if the rings are more than one carbon, then the 3 are there, means that we will call it as for 3 we will call it as tricyclo. Tricyclo, like that. 2 rings are there, bicyclo. 3 rings are there, tricyclo. That means 2 rings fused by more than one carbon. The primary prefix is bicyclo for 2, a tricyclo for 3 rings. Tricyclo when you will use for 3 rings. This is for 2 rings. Okay. This is about the information. In this, I'll show you interesting examples to understand this one. That is nothing but, here I'll show, that is, suppose you have a ring like this, a cyclic compound is given, then you will call compound is cyclo, one ring is there. And if this type of ring is given like this, you will call it as spiro. And if the ring is given like this, which is fused with another same ring, more than 2 carbons are there in this, we will call it as bicyclo. Got it? So these are the different types of primary prefixes we will use. Let us move to the next one. That is secondary prefix. Secondary prefix. Actually, in a polyfunctional organic compounds, the secondary prefix will indicate attachments or other functional groups present in that organic compound. So, how it can be understood is nothing but the topic is nothing but polyfunctional groups we have to take here. Polyfunctional groups. In that, some functional groups will get more priority, some will get less priority, like that. Organic compounds indicates attachments, other functional groups present in the compound. Other than main functional group, it indicates the secondary prefix. Suppose a alkyl functional group is there, in that to the carbon compound, one more other alkyl group attached. So you want to tell about alkyl, then that alkyl will become secondary prefix. That I'll give you now example. That is alkyl group example. I will give alkyl group. So alkyl groups you'll call it as secondary prefix. Suppose if you write CH3, CH2, CH2, they will call this one as propyl. The propyl is secondary prefix. Okay. And this similar, it can be continued. That means if you write this one as CH3CH, a bond like this, CH3 is there, such you will call it as secondary propyl. Secondary propyl, this is secondary carbon. And that one for butyl, how you write this is CH3, you will continue CH2, CH2, CH2. Then you will call this is one butyl. This one you will call it as one propyl, the first one. And if that bond you are linking, that is like the secondary on second carbon, you are making this CH. Keep a bond like this you'll call it as CH3. That is 2 butyl, secondary butyl. So primary 1 propyl, 2 propyl, 1 butyl, 2 butyl. You can write not only as one. If you write the CH3 like this, here you kept this carbon like this, then if you are not writing this, then it will become, I'll show you. Here you'll write this is 2 methyl 1 propyl. This is second carbon. 2 methyl 1 propyl. Okay. In that way, you can write when you are saying any one of this one is 2 only. So here you need to write H also here, and then this one bond is left vacant. So this is 2 only. So I'll write CH2. So then this is second carbon. This bond is kept for a functional group. This entire name of the compound will become 2-methyl-1-propyl. 2-methyl-1-propyl. That is the one case. Not only that one, in IUPAC nomenclature, we have lot of different ideas they have introduced in that. In that case, the second point of this secondary prefix, I can call it as IUPAC system. Some groups are not considered as functional groups, but treated as substituents. They are treated as substituents, and that substituents also will become the secondary prefixes. So substituents other than substituents other than main functional groups. Other than, I can say, main functional groups also will be treated as secondary prefixes. Okay, suppose you have taken a suffix like this. I will give you an example. Suffixes, prefixes. That how we'll understand is nothing but functional group always indicated by secondary prefixes and indicated by secondary suffixes. Okay. What is functional group? Functional group always indicated by secondary prefixes instead of secondary suffixes. So we won't do like this. That means instead of secondary suffixes, we will write secondary prefixes, functional groups.